Radhe Govinda, Bhajamana 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 Radhe Govinda. Govinda Radhe, Radha Govinda Radhe. Everybody, everybody. One more. Radha Govinda Radhe, 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 Radha Govinda Radhe. Shri Shri Radha Gopinath ki, Shri Shri Radha Govinda Ben ki.
Why is no one talking about this, even though it costs $0 for millions of Americans? The IRS is literally giving anywhere from $400 to $1,400 per month back in premium tax credits to Americans who make less than $50,000 per year. It's actually crazy. All I did to get mine was go to this site and let them know I'm under 65 and not on Medicaid. And I pre-qualified instantly online. And then a few minutes later, they let me know I qualified for over $1,200 in health premium credits.
Hare Krishna, Sunil Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Swapna Mataji.
Anji, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Happy Ekadasi, Apara Ekadasi today.
Anji, Anji, Prabhu.
Yeah, 2 rounds we'll do the japa. Another 1 or 2.
Yeah, let's do.
Yeah. Just a second.
Yeah, we can start. I was already doing so. Okay.
Sorry. Yes, we'll do. Sorry. Yeah, thank you so much for joining.
Hare Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji, tell me.
Yeah. Prabhuji, I will be on reading mode because I'm shifting my house. But I don't want to miss it. I'll be on the hearing mode.
Sorry, Mataji. It's okay. Yes.
Where are you moving, Mataji?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Prabhuji.
Where are you moving now from Chikatpalli?
Kukatpalli.
Kukatpalli. Okay. So Chikatpalli to Kukatpalli.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Uh-huh.
Yes, Prabhuji. Because I've joined my daughter in Kukatpalli Sri Chaitanya.
Okay.
So, you know, it will be a lot of stress. So I didn't
Yeah,
want
yeah,
her
yeah.
to travel anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sure.
And just waiting for my house so that, you know, by her intercession year, I'll also get my Rajapushpa. I'm so eagerly waiting for that house. You know, Prabhuji, why? Because all our association is there itself of the
Yeah.
Rajapushpa and all. I'm going, you know, just far from our association. But you know, here Mallikarjun Prabhu is nearby.
Yeah, there are many actually in towards that
Pull up
area.
with him and
Kukatpalli.
come.
Prasad Prabhu is there, then Mallikarjun Prabhu is there.
Who else, Prabhuji?
Prasad Prabhu is there that side.
Bachupalli.
Bachupalli.
Okay. Yeah, Mallikarjun Prabhu, though, he's just nearby, walkable for me.
Okay.
He also helps me
Yeah.
out in, you know, searching the house and all.
Then you can come for the satsangs. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I cannot miss the satsang.
Yeah.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We'll do chanting. 2 rounds.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, I will leave by around 7:40, 7:45. Okay.
Sure.
But in another 45 minutes.
45 minutes. Yeah, 2 rounds. Then half an hour reading. We can wrap up.
Yeah. Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishna Gopala Shankara Krishna Krishna Gopala Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Gauravani Pracharya Shishmani Paschatya Sutara Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasana Gaurav
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram.
Ram Ram Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram.
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Ram Ram Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Ram Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram Ram.
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram.
Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram.
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram.
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Ram Ram Ram.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram.
Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare.
Ram,
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram.
Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare
Hare Ram.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
ये लगेगा आपको?
Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
लड़का बनाया आपको तो।
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
सही बात है।
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram.
बताओ इसको कहाँ रखना है? ये तो बता दो। ये कहाँ रखनी है पेंसिल्स? ये यहाँ पे क्यों?
Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
ये किसमें?
Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
प्लीज कुछ चीजें तो डालो जो नहीं मेरे को समझ में आ रही। ये डाल देता हूँ मैं। ये किस कहाँ पे?
Hare Krishna, Krishna
डाल दो। ये
Ram, Ram.
प्लीज ये रख दो।
Hare Ram, Ram.
ये मेरे को बता दो।
Hare Krishna, Hare
बाकी रख दो।
एक मिनट बस पापा
Ram.
हम गाने
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram.
हाँ, हरे कृष्णा अगेन, स्वप्ना माता जी, राधिका माता जी, सुनील प्रभु। Dandavat pranams, all Guru Shishya Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Let us begin with Mangalacharna prayer and start reading. Okay? Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubheva Cha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukhaṁ karoti vācālam pangum langayate girim yatrupātamaham vande Shri Gurundaram Paramanandamādhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Om Apavitra Pavitro Va Sarvavastam Vitotiva Yasmare Pundari Kaksham Sabhyabhyantaram Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu. Yeah, Cyril Prabhu, you start Prabhu since you want to leave, right? So, 24th theme Prabhu, this is from Light of the Bhagavata. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Are you able to see? Hare Krishna, Radhika Mataji.
Is that me, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, I am able to see.
You are able to see. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Haribol, Chavi. Yes, yes. Straight Prabhu, 24th one.
Hello.
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, sorry, Prabhu.
Yes, no problem. Yes. Read this one.
Shall I read, Prabhu?
Yeah, yeah. Since you want to leave, right? Another 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Complete it.
इसको बड़ा कर सकते हैं प्रभु, बड़ा नहीं हो रहा मेरे
Yes, yes, होगा.
एक मिनट. 24, right? 24. When the Lord entered the forest of Vrindavan, all the inhabitants of the forest, both animate and inanimate, were eager to receive him. He saw that the flowers of the forest, all fully blossoming, were weeping in ecstasy, honey flowing down their petals. The waterfalls on the hilly rocks were gladly flowing, and one could hear sweet sounds from the caves nearby.
Yes, okay. Complete. Nice painting. Chinese artist. Nice painting. Actually, I like it, this painting. So good. Yeah. Chinese one. Yeah. Madame Young Lynch, something. Yes. Go ahead, bro. Read. Yeah.
The Lord has multifarious energies, and therefore the Lord and his energies are identical. Among his various energies, the material energy is one, and it is said in the Bhagavad Gita that the material energy is inferior in quality to the spiritual energy. Spiritual energy is superior because without contact with the spiritual energy, the material energy alone cannot produce energy. But the source of all energies is the all-attractive personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna. This material world is a combination of matter and spirit, but the spiritual world, which is far, far away from the material sky, is purely spiritual and has no contact with matter. In the spiritual world, everything is spirit. We have already discussed this. The personality of Godhead, the original source of all energies, is able to convert spirit into matter and matter into spirit. For him, there is no difference between matter and spirit. He is therefore called Kaivalya.
Yes, continue. You can complete this.
In Lord Sri Krishna's transcendental pastime, he reciprocates with spirit, not matter. When he is in the mortal world, the material qualities cannot work upon him. An electrician knows how to take work from electricity. With the help of electricity, he can turn water into cold or heat. Similarly, the personality of Godhead can turn matter into spirit and spirit into matter by his inconceivable power. Everything is therefore matter and spirit by the grace of the Almighty. Although there is a difference between matter and spirit for the ordinary living being, flowers, waterfalls, trees, fruits, hills, caves, birds, beasts, and human beings are nothing but combination of God's energy. Therefore, when the personality of Godhead appeared before them, they all became spiritually inclined, and by natural affection they wanted to serve the Almighty in various capacities. There are different stages of spiritual development in matter. In the material world, the spiritual sparks of the personality of Godhead are covered by the material energy in different proportions, and gradually they become spiritualized in various species of life. The human form of life represents the complete development of the senses for spiritual realization of one's original affection for the Lord. Therefore, if despite this opportunity for human life we are unable to revive our natural affection for the Lord, we must know that we are wasting our life for nothing. By the grace of the Lord, however, the spiritual consciousness of every species of life can occupy its proper place, and these species can express their spiritual affection for the Lord in the Chantaras, as displayed by the land, water, hills, trees, fruits, and flowers of Vrindavan during the presence of Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of God.
Right. Thank you so
Hare
much.
Krishna.
So unless spiritual energy is not there, this material energy is no value. Simple to understand. In our body, what is the spiritual energy? Mata is proposed. What is the spiritual energy in our body? Soul, right? Soul. Unless soul is not there, this body has no value. Because soul is there, body is moving because of the consciousness. So that's the thing. Prabhupada writes in the beginning here, cannot produce anything. Without contact with the spiritual energy, the material energy alone cannot produce anything. The source of all energy. How can we understand source of all energies? We all come from Krishna. We are all eternally connected with Krishna. Mamai Vamsho Jiva Bhuta Jiva Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Sanatana eternal. We are all connected with Krishna, all attractive personality of God. This material world is combination of matter and spirit. Whereas spiritual world is far, far beyond material, like purely spiritual. So that's where it's simple to understand material and spiritual world. Material world, along with body, material nature is there. Two things, matter and spirit there. In the spiritual world, only spirit. That means only Atma. That's where when matter is there, time is taken place. Three modes of material nature is taken place. Guna, karma, kala. Karma also taken place. As long as this material body. So when we become completely purified by the Shravanam Kirtanam, we don't get any material body. We are completely in spiritual body. Lord Krishna, transcendental positivity reciprocates with spirit, not matter. How can we understand? When we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we are working on the soul platform. Prabhupada writes, situated in the pure goodness, and we are working on the soul platform. It directly connects to Krishna, the Hare Krishna mantra. That means we are associating with Krishna. Krishna is completely spirit, right? Completely spiritual, right? We become spiritualized when we connect with Krishna, continuously chant, and the more we associate, the better our existence, purify our existence. Example is given by Srila Prabhupada. Electrician knows how to work from electricity. With the help of electricity, he can turn water into cold or heat. Similarly, Krishna turned matter into spirit and spirit into matter by his inconceivable power. Everything is therefore matter and spirit by the grace of the Almighty. Therefore, there is a difference between matter and spirit for the ordinary living. Example is there. Flowers, waterfalls, etc. Nothing but the combinations of God's energy. Personality of God appeared before them. They all became spiritually inclined. So, Prabhupada writes, how can how can matter can be spiritualized? When it engages in Krishna service. When it engages in Krishna service, the matter can be spiritualized. There is no question of matter then. That is converted to spiritual only. So here, different stages of spiritual development in matter. In material world, spiritual sparks of the personality of God are covered by the material energy in different proportions. And gradually, they become spiritualized in various species of life. So that's the thing. The human form of life represents the complete development of the senses for spiritual realization of one's original affection for the Lord. The human form, through the human form only, because developed consciousness, because of the discrimination power, because of the after so many transmigration of different species of life, we got this human form, Durlabha Manusha Janma. In this human form only, we will be able to understand Krishna. Animals no, other species no, because we got the higher intelligence, we got the higher consciousness compared to other lower species. If we cut the tree, it won't defend, tolerate, no? But if a person, if he hit a person, he's going to defend, it's a consciousness. And our intelligence is higher than other lower species of life. That's where human form of life. It's a vehicle. We got this human form of body to transport from this place to Golok Vrindavan, spiritual world. The human form of life represents the complete development of senses for spiritual realization of one's original affection for the Lord. Therefore, despite this opportunity for human life, we are unable to revive our natural affection for the Lord. We must know that we are wasting our life for nothing. Right? So, but the gaze of the Lord, however, the spiritual consciousness of every species of life can occupy its proper place. These species can express their spiritual affection for the Lord in the Shantarasa. Vrindavan first time saying. Shantarasa, we have five relationships we can establish with Krishna. Shantarasa here talks about, land, water, hills, trees, fruits of Vrindavan, flowers of Vrindavan. That is serving Krishna in the Shantarasa Bhava. After Shantarasa, higher than Shantarasa is Dasya Rasa. Higher than Dasya is Sakya Rasa. Higher than Sakya is Vatsalya Rasa. Higher than Vatsalya is Madhurya Rasa. That we can connect, we can establish our relationship with Krishna. That is eternal relationship with Krishna. So those relationships, through the relationships, we are serving Krishna. That is also service. As a Santarasa, it's serving. Trees are serving, water serving, fruits serving to Krishna. Dasya, as a servant of serving to Krishna. Friendship, friendly mood, serving Krishna. Vatsalya, parental mood, serving Krishna. Madhurya, serving Krishna. Everywhere service is there. Okay. So this is what it is. I mean, this theme talks about when the Lord entered the forest of Vrindavana, all the inhabitants of the forest, both animate and inanimate, chara, were eager to receive him. That means completely consciousness. As soon as Krishna touches, that completely becomes spiritualized. He saw that the flowers of the forest, all fully blossoming, was weeping in ecstasy, honey flowing down their petals, the waterfalls on the hilly rocks were gladly flowing. One could hear sweet sounds from the caves nearby. See, Bhagavat Sparsha, if it touches, everything becomes spiritualized, you see. Oh, we're weeping in ecstasy, happiness. That is there, happiness with Krishna. When we chant nicely, sincerely, if you put sincere efforts, we get the same experiences. That's the thing. Let us continue. 25th more theme. Radhika Mata, you want to read? Sunil bro, before you leave, let me know. If you want to read one more, you can read. Another 10 minutes you have, I think, correct? Sunil bro?
Hanji Prabhuji, I think Radhika Mataji can read now.
Yes. Then after that, you can. Radhika Mataji, can you please read?
Oh, yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. 10 word panel.
I'm
The Lord reciprocated the feelings of the inhabitants of the forest of Vrindavan. When there was rainfall, the Lord took shelter at the feet of the trees or in the caves and enjoyed the taste of different fruits with his eternal associates, the cowherd boys. He played with them, sat with them, and ate fruits with them. Becoming one with God does not always indicate that a living being merges into the existence of the Lord. To become one with God means to attain one's original spiritual quality. Unless one attains one's spiritual quality, one cannot enter into the kingdom of God. The members of the impersonalist school explain their idea of oneness by the example of the mixing of river water with the sea water. But we should know that within the water of the sea, there are living beings who do not merge into the existence of water but keep their separate identities and enjoy life within the water. They are one with the water in the sense that they have attained the quality of living within the water. Similarly, the spiritual world is not without its separate paraphernalia. A living being can keep his separate spiritual identity in the spiritual kingdom and enjoy life with the supreme spiritual being, the personality of Godhead. In Vrindavan, all the spiritual entities, the cowherd boys, the cow maids, the forest, the trees, the hills, the water, the fruits, the cows, and all others enjoy life spiritually in association with the Lord Sri Krishna. They are simultaneously one with and different from the Lord, but ultimately they are one in different varieties. Very good.
Thank you very much, Mataji, for this theme. So, yeah, the Lord reciprocated the feelings of the inhabitants of the forest of Vrindavan. When there was a rainfall, the Lord, this is mesmerizing, this painting, who Chinese devotee. So nicely painted this. See, anyone can practice devotion life. I like it actually. How is it now, Mataji? Sunil Prabhu? So nice, right? Painting, color texture, and her meditation, by looking at that Prabhupada's commentary, she meditated and come up with this painting. Rainfall, so nice description. Very nice. Lotus flowers. Lord reciprocated the feelings of the inhabitants of the forest of Vrindana when there was rainfall. The Lord took shelter at the feet of the trees. The feet of the trees. The trees. Or in the caves are enjoyed the taste of different fruits with his eternal associates of the cowherd boys. He played with them, sat with them, and ate fruits with them. That is where, intimate relationship with his devotees. Krishna, see, that's where it's a very loving exchanges. So if you look at the Vishnu Tattva, Aishwarya Bhava. Whereas if you look at the Krishna, very personal relationships. So these devotees they won't feel Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. They feel that he's my friend, is my, son, like that. These kind of relationships, 5 kinds of relationships. So, so becoming one with God and not always indicate that living being merges into existence. No, that's not correct. To become one with God means to attain one's original spiritual quality. What is that? Spiritual quality cannot enter into the kingdom of God unless one attains the members of the impersonalist school, Prabhupada writes, explain their idea of oneness by example of mixing river water with sea water. But we should know that within the water of the sea, there are living beings who do not merge into the existence of water, but keep their separate identities and enjoy life within the water. That's where, see, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi, impersonalism, right? We in the Prabhupada Pranati, the second one, Namaste Saraswati Deva, Gauravani Pracharine, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi, nothing but impersonalist. God is one, we don't have any identity, we become God, God is light, God is Shunya, zero. That is an improper understanding, incomplete understanding. God can be light, God can be zero, but God is a person also, right? They won't come to the platform of personalism. That's why they are called impersonalist, Mayavadis. But here, separate identity maintaining. So Prabhupada give a nice example. They are one with water in the sense of that they have attained the quality of living within the water. Similarly, the spiritual world is not without separate paraphernalia. A living being can keep his separate spiritual identity in the spiritual kingdom. Have you heard any time this statement like We all have unique identity with Krishna. Unique. And nobody can be able to replace. So we all have eternally connected and unique identification with Krishna. And nobody can be able to replace. Yeah, that's what creator, right? No other person is same. Varieties and unique also. That is the Krishna's creation is so beautiful. Krishna's creation is so creative. No duplicity. Every living entity is a unique identity with Krishna. Right? A living being can keep his separate spiritual identity in the spiritual kingdom and enjoy life with the supreme spiritual being, the spiritual supreme personality of God. In Vrindavana, all the spiritual entities, the cowboys, the cowmaids, forest, trees, hills, water, fruits, cows, all others enjoy life spiritually in association with the Lord Sri Krishna. They are simultaneously one with and different from the Lord. We have that philosophy, right? What is that philosophy? Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. Simultaneously one and different with Krishna. Qualitatively one with Krishna, quantitatively different with Krishna. Just like, Prabhupada has given example of, water. This example is a definition actually. This example is giving the definition of Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. If you see, it is the example of mixing of water with the sea water. But we should know that within the water of the sea, there are living beings who do not merge into the existence of water, but keep their separate identity and enjoy life within the water. That means, how can we understand quality? We are all the spiritual entity, all the spirit souls having the same quality. What is the same quality? Sachidananda Vigraha quality. Sat means always eternal. Chit means knowledgeable. Ananda means blissful. These three qualities of the soul, the form of the soul. Our spirit soul is made up of this Sat, always there. So no material body. And Sat, Chit, always knowable. Knowable in terms of serving Krishna. Knowable, always knowledgeable, and blissful. By serving Krishna, we'll always be blissful. That's where that spirit body never deteriorates. Whereas material body deteriorates. Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yubbanam jada tata dehantaram praptis dhirastat namuhyati. In this body, soul is witnessing, soul is traveling through different stages. Body is changing, but soul is witnessing. Soul is not going to change. Body is changing, boyhood to youthhood to old age. Similarly, accepts another body based on the desires of that particular living entity. So we are always qualitatively one, quantitatively different. How can we understand quantitatively? Krishna is situated as a super soul. He knows everybody's feelings, everybody's past, present, and future. But I am up. Even I don't know about my past. Even I don't know about my future. Only present life. So he's a Sarvagnya. He is different. Qualitative, we are qualitatively one with Krishna, but quantitatively, he is situated as super soul. He can know Trikalagnya, right? Trikalagnya we say. He knows past, he knows present, he knows future also. So there are simultaneously one with and different from the Lord, but ultimately they are one in different varieties. We are all one in terms of serving, one in terms of serving Krishna, only single-pointed goal, serving Krishna in different relationships. Service, right? Different ways of service. Serving to whom? The only Supreme Lord. Ekena Manasa. This is a beautiful word from Bhagavata in Sanskrit word. Ekena Manasa. Single-pointed devotion. Single-pointed devotion, meditation on Supreme. So let us continue this one also. You want to read again, Prabhu, Sunil Prabhu, or it's up to you. I'll ask you. Radhika. Swapna Mata is anywhere hearing mode. Sunil Prabhu? It's okay. Actually, Prabhuji wants to leave anyway. Radhika Mata, you can continue. I will read one more after this and we can wrap up. Can you read, Mata?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Please read.
One second.
Yes.
The Lord enjoyed in the company of Lord Baldev and the other cowherd boys, and sometimes sat with them on the same stone slab. While sitting, they ate simple food like rice, dal, vegetables, bread, and curd, which they had brought from their homes and which they shared in friendly exchanges. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord has expressed his willingness to accept fruit, flowers, leaves, and water from his devotee when they have been offered to him in devotional affection. The Lord can eat anything and everything because everything is but a transformation of his own energy. But when there is a question of offering him something, the offerings must be within the range of the eatables the Lord has ordered. We cannot offer the Lord that which he has not ordered. The personality of Godhead Sri Krishna cannot be offered anything beyond the range of good foodstuffs like rice, dal, wheat, vegetable, milk, and milk preparations and sugar. At Jagannath Puri, the Lord is offered such foodstuffs, and in all scriptures, the very same foodstuffs are mentioned everywhere. The Lord is never hungry, nor does he require any food to fill his empty stomach. He is a complete in himself, yet he always mercifully eats the foods offered by his devotees in sincere affection. The cowherd boys brought simple foodstuffs from home, and the Lord, who is constantly served by hundreds and thousands of goddesses of fortune, is always glad to accept such simple foodstuffs from his devotee friends. All the relatives of the Lord are his devotees only, and they are situated in different transcendental mellows as friends, parents, and lovers. The Lord derives transcendental pleasure by accepting services from his various grades of devotees who are situated in various grades of rasas. These transcendental rasas are pervertedly reflected in the material atmosphere, and thus the spiritual living being, out of ignorance, only vainly seeks the same bliss in matter. Haribol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So see how personal Krishna, right? Very personal, right? The Lord enjoyed in the company of Lord Baladev and other cowherd boys and sometimes sat with them on the same stone slab. While sitting, they ate simple food like rice, dal, vegetables, bread, and curd, which they had brought from their homes and which they shared in friendly exchanges. Juta, that's where called. Krishna takes from other devotees' food and enjoying. That's where what we can say love of devotion, love, devotional love. That's it. He's a supreme personality of God, Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, but still he is very personal to his devotees. So you can take Prashadam. You can take Juta. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord expressed his willingness to accept fruits, flowers, Patram Pushpam Phalam in that verse. The devotee, when they have been offered to him in devotional affection, the Lord can eat anything and everything. What we have to show? What we have to show our love towards Krishna? Just love and devotion. Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yome Bhaktya Prayashyati. Yome Bhaktya Prayashyati. Padaham Bhaktya Upahritam Asnami Prayatatmanam. But when there is a question of offering him something, the offerings must be within the range of eatables the Lord has ordered. We cannot offer the Lord that which has not ordered. The personality of God, Sri Krishna, cannot be offered anything beyond the range of good stuff like rice, dal, wheat. We can offer whatever offerable, we can able to offer. We won't offer the meat, right? Krishna didn't say. Simple vegetables, fruits, rice, dal, wheat, chapati, whatever. The vegetarian, good mode of goodness. At Jagannath Puri, the Lord is offered such foodstuffs, and in all scriptures, the very same foodstuffs are mentioned everywhere. Is Krishna is going to be hungry? Krishna, he can self-satisfied. Atma Rama, self-satisfied, self-santushta, self-satisfied. The Lord is never hungry, nor does he require any food to fill his empty stomach. He is complete in himself. He is complete in himself. Yet he always mercifully eats the foods offered by his devotees in sincere affection. That's where only with the devotion we can Krishna is going to take actually. Krishna definitely helps. Krishna is going to, he is only looking for the love and affection towards him. Or with lovingly, when we offer, Krishna is going to accept. The cowherd boys brought simple foodstuffs from home, and the Lord, who is constantly served by hundreds and thousands of goddesses of fortune, is always glad to accept such simple foodstuffs from his devotee friends. All the relatives of the Lord are his devotees only, and they are situated in different transcendental mellows and as a friends, parents, lovers, like relationships with Krishna. The Lord derives transcendental pleasure by accepting services from his various grades of devotees who are situated in various grades of rasas. These transcendental rasas are pervertedly reflected in the material atmosphere, and thus the spiritual living being, out of ignorance only, vainly seeks the same bliss in matter. See, real happiness is there with Krishna. Real happiness is there with establishing our relationship with Krishna. Right? So that's where the perverted reflection, the same, the servitorship, the friendship, the parental, motherly or paternal relationship, and then what is it? And then loving, boyfriend and girlfriend. Those relationships in perverted reflection, but actually original relationships with Krishna. That is actually in originality, in real with Krishna. The living entities can be able to establish those kind of relationships. If you see Vrindavan pastimes, we all see all those 5 kinds of relationships in Vrindavan. Right? So, what is expecting? Loving devotional service. If we sincerely do, Krishna is going to accept. Krishna is going to reveal us. Krishna is going to establish our, show us mercy to us, to establish connection. See, there is one thing, Swarupa Siddhi. Our constitutional position is eternal servant. But in that eternal servant also, the mood of, what kind of mood? This 5, out of these 5, Krishna only reveals to us over a period of time. If sincere efforts we have to put in the serving Lord. So nicely written and a nice painting also. I like it, this one also. So nice. Coloring, very good. So I'll read one more, Mataji. Then what is the time now? Yes, I'll read one more and then we can wrap up. Okay, Mataji?
Sure.
Then 27, I am going to read. 27. After good rains, the grazing ground for the animals was full of green pasture, and both the bulls and the cows sat down on the grass, fully satisfied. The cows, followed by their calves, appeared tired of grazing because of full milk bags. Calmly and quietly, the cows and calves rested and ruminated, chewing their cud. Protection and grazing ground. Protection and grazing ground for the cows are among the essential needs for society and the welfare of people in general. The animal fat required for the human body can be well derived from cow's milk. Cow's milk is very important for human energy, and the economic development of society depends on sufficient food grains, sufficient milk, and sufficient transportation and distribution of these products. Lord Sri Krishna, by his personal example, taught us the importance of cow protection. Namo Brahmanyaya Devaya Go Brahmanyaya Hitaya Cha. Go Brahmanyaya Hitaya Cha. He is going to protect, he is the protector of cows and brahmanas. Everybody actually is a protector of everybody. They are especially favorable to cows and brahmanas, which is meant not only for the Indian climate, but for all the human beings all over the universe. Less intelligent people underestimate the value of cow's milk. Cow's milk is also called gorasa, or the juice from the body of the cow. Milk is the most valuable form of gorasa, and from milk we can prepare many important and valuable foodstuffs for the upkeep of the human body. The killing of cows by human society is one of the grossest suicidal policies. And those who are anxious to cultivate the human spirit must turn their first attention toward the question of cow protection. If we really want to cultivate the human spirit in society, we must have first-class intelligent men to guide the society, and to develop the finer tissues of our brains, we must assimilate vitamin values from milk. Devotees worship Lord Sri Krishna by addressing him as the well-wisher of the Brahmanas and the cows. The most intelligent class of men who have perfectly attained knowledge in spiritual values are called the Brahmanas. No society can improve the transcendental knowledge without the guidance of such first-class men. And no brain can assimilate the subtle form of knowledge without the fine brain tissues. For such important brain tissues, we require a sufficient quantity of milk and milk preparations. Ultimately, we need to protect the cow to derive the highest benefit from this important animal. The protection of cows, therefore, is not merely a religious sentiment, but a means to secure the highest benefit for human society. So beautifully written, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Namo Brahmanyaya Devaya, Go Brahmanyaya Hidaya cha, Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya, Namo Namaha. So this is what it is. So we all uh, depend on cow's milk. Cow is mother, you know. In the transmigration of the bodies, after cow, until it reaches to cow, after cow only, then human being taken place. That is where I have read somewhere in, Prabhupada written that after cow, transmigration of different species, and it achieves the cow form, and after cow form is next human being. So cows and Brahmanas, why Brahmanas? Because they are intelligent class of men. They know the truths. They know the ultimate purpose of life. They can teach so that people can be benefited. And cow's milk is very much essential for development of brain tissues to understand this knowledge. Prabhupada writes now, brain tissues, they require sufficient quality of milk and milk preparations. Ultimately, we need to protect the cow to derive, we need to protect the cow to derive the highest benefit from this important animal. The protection of cows, therefore, is not merely a religious sentiment, but a means to secure the highest benefit for human society. See, that's why cow protection is the number one thing. Cow, Goshala, maintain cows, taking care of the cows, and milk using for, offering nice bhoga preparations to Krishna, and I will take as a prasadam. Right? There are many, from milk, if you see, milk, so many things comes, many things. There is a system, medicinal system, I think, Radhika Mataji, Panchagavya system, right? Cow milk, through milk, we get the curd. Through the curd, yogurt, then butter, and then ghee, and
Yes,
cow
Prabhuji.
and cow gobar, right? What is that? Cow dung.
Cow dung. Yeah.
So these things are essential and using very much for human form of life. Right? There is a medicinal system in there. Cow urine. Cow urine also is a medicinal quality. So many medicinal qualities. So cow is that's right. The cow is situated in the mode of goodness. It requires it takes only grass, green grass, and dry grass. That's it. Some bananas, and it gives wonderful milk. So tasty milk. We have our Nilam Prabhu maintaining one Goshala in the Vaishnava Seva Kunj. We have close to 70 cows, 70, 75 cows. Since last 5 years, maintaining from 2 cows, 3 cows to now it's grown up to 75, 70, close to 70 cows. All the devotees are supporting. I was also supported for this farm with the cows. So cow production is very much important, and the cow killing, slaughterhouse also is a very much sinful activity. Two things, abortion and cow killing. These are the abominable acts. That's where sufferings. So cow production is very much needed. Of course, now within the Indian government, Modi is so awareness, creating awareness in the UP, that the chief minister is trying to do some very good things. That's the thing. So cow production. Namo Brahmanyaya Devaya, Go Brahmanyaya. Go means cows. Go Brahmanyaya Deva. Namo Brahmanyaya Deva, Go Brahmanyaya. Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo. And this is our prayer in our, when we offer to Krishna, these are the prayers. First, we recognize Supreme Lord's merciful potency, Lord magnanimous, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Namo Mahavadanyaya, Krishna Prema Pradayate, Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya, Namne Gauravishya Namaha, and Namo Brahmanyaya Devaya, Go Brahmanyaya Hitaya, Jagaditaya, Krishna Govindaya, Namo Namaha. So this is very beautiful. After, let me read one more time this one, and then we can wrap up. After good rains, the grazing ground for the animals was full of green pasture, and both the bulls and cows sat down on the grass fully satisfied. The cows, followed by their calves, appeared tired of grazing because of full milk bags. Calmly and quietly, the cows and calves rested and ruminated, chewing their cud. In Krishna's creation, everything is beautiful actually. If we connect with Krishna, we also become satisfied. What real satisfaction we get? Not in our material objects or material sense pleasures. Material objects and material sense pleasures. The real happiness only can be able to found in Krishna related activities, Krishna conscious related activities. With this, I'm concluding, Mataji. So we'll continue on Wednesday with the 28, 29. It's 27 we have done 27. This is 28. 28. Yeah. Fully beautiful since serenity. Okay. Yeah. 28 will continue, Mataji, on Wednesday from 28. Okay. Thank you so much for joining, Mataji, for your interest. Some devotees are, Samyukta Mata used to join, Sirisha Mata used to join, Lakshmi Mata also used to join, but sometimes Lakshmi Mata is having a small kid, sometimes she's joining, I'm not able to join sometimes. Sirisha Mata is traveling in her hometown, maybe network issues. Samyukta Mata, she joined as in Bhakti Shastri class. She is unable to join. Only Wednesday she will be able to make it, I think. So
Prabhuji, any tips if you could give for attentive chanting, because I'm facing a lot of issues with it.
Of course, mother, you are becoming a mother, and the feelings of the body internally. That's of course there. Simple, mother. We just have to beg for mercy. What we can do. Our mind, our body is created by Krishna only. We just have to, of course, Krishna himself says, right? Of course, Arjuna, not Krishna. The nature of mind he has described. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramadi dridavrutam. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna. Chanchala, mana mind is chanchala. He cannot stay at one point. Then that is the nature, right? Mind nature. That is a material. That's where material, we are in the material world. Mind is also material. So that mind material can be using in spiritual things. When we use it for Krishna, by practicing, Krishna giving the solution. Yes, mind is a wandering in nature. He cannot stop. We are overflowing so many thoughts coming in, going out, coming in and going out. Different thoughts are coming, different plan making things, everything. Mind cannot focus on single holy name sometimes, so much disturbance going on in the mind. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna. Just like wind, right? Flow, number of thoughts will come. But actually, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, I think you know this verse, Abhyasa and Vairagya. By practice and detachment. Practice, regularly we have to practice. We know the nature of the mind. We don't have any option. We have to chant, even though our mind goes somewhere. Yeah, we have to know. That's where this thing, in these many years of spiritual life, whenever I'm thinking different things, I sense it. Oh, my mind is going somewhere. Let me drag it and focus on the holy name. Let me drag it. Again, we have to check every time. Not indulging in thought process, not indulging in those thoughts and plan making things.
So, Prabhuji, is there any improvement over the years since you are practicing since so many years?
Definitely. So one advantage when we focusly chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, the rounds also so nicely going well, and it will complete it within the stipulated time. Normally, a person can be able to good rounds within 7 to 8 minutes. Some devotees 6.5 minutes. But that is another sign. When we are overindulging in thoughts, the round goes to 9 minutes, 10 minutes, 11 minutes. That is the thing. That is one sign of indulging, not focusing, not getting taste, mind disturbed, and still chanting. But the thing is no option. There is no other way. There is no way. Only way is to chant again. Chant again. Bring back the mind to holy name. Always focus attentive. We have to check. When we are in indulging means we know that mother, right? We know, yeah, I am thinking too much. No, let me know. It's okay. Let me put it. I am giving this personal time to Krishna every day 2 hours. 16 rounds you are doing, right, mother?
Yes, Prabhuji.
16 rounder. So you are 16 rounder, 2 hours doing 2 hours. One paragraph since I asked this Mataji, I mean, where I am staying. Yeah. Today is Apara Ekadasi, right? In India.
Yes.
So this Mataji name also Apara Sachidevidasi. A wonderful Vaishnava. She can also, I asked her to read. Let us give a chance to this Mataji.
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji. Sure, Prabhuji.
Okay, almost done. But I'm talking about Mataji asking about how can I focusly chant. I'm just telling. Focusly chant Hare Krishna mantra. So mind is always dragging to different material things, material plans, but we have to bring back. Only solution is we have to bring back always. It is going out, we have to bring back down to the holy name. Focus on the holy name. So Krishna's mercy, we have to beg for mercy. We have to beg for Guru Maharaj. We have to beg for Srila Prabhupada. Krishna, I wanted to serve this 1 hour, 2 hour of chanting. I wanted to please give me nice attentiveness so that I can chant nicely and I can serve nicely. That is a prayer. That's it, what Mother. So
Yes, sir.
that is the what we have to give our training to our mind. We have to train our minds, tame our mind. Tame, there is another word. This one, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj says that when mind goes here and there, take the juta. Juta means sandal, chappal. I mean, don't do, but internally we have to think that so many unnecessary thoughts not going well by chanting. Man mein we have to think, mother. We have to think and chappal se man ko I wanted to chant. I want to chant focus atla train cheyala. Okay, that's where we have. So 28 mother, 28 one I'm giving to this Apara section.
Yeah, sure.
You can talk. Hare Krishna, you say this wonderful video. She is the pregnant mother. Congratulations.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Yes.
Thank you for your association, Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Yes, she's
going to be mother.
Yeah, is going to be mother.
Very nice.
Wonderful version. This is a 28. This book is called Light of Bhagavata. So there is a Chinese devotee. Okay, Mataji, Chinese Mataji. She has painted 30 years back. Okay, based on Prabhupada commentaries. Prabhupada has given some commentaries on Vrindavan autumn season. Vrindavan falling in the Kartik time frame, right? Kartik Mas, autumn season. For that time, how Vrindavan looks like, Prabhupada has given wonderful commentaries. So that based on that commentaries, she come up with paintings. 28, we are at 28. You can read it.
Okay.
28. You want to specs?
I think this writing.
These are all Jayapataka Swami Maharaj disciple, Mataji. No?
Haribol.
So they are from Bangladesh, Bengal speaking. Srila Prabhupada, Bengal.
Yeah.
Wonderful devotees. I'm staying here since last 8 months in their home. Every day, morning arati, evening sandhya arati. They are working and serving nicely their ladies.
Haribol.
It's very inspiring to have this kind of devotees association. Yes. And their home name is Gaurnitai. Follow?
Kuthi.
Bolo?
Gonita.
Ki Jai. Gaurnitai Kuthir Ki Jai.
Jai.
And this Mata is also आपका is gonna be God sister. She is aspiring for Guru Maharaj.
Jayapataka
Swami.
Very good.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, thank you. 28. The fully beautiful scenery after the rainy season was attractive to the eyes of everyone, including Sri Krishna, the causes of all causes. That's the cause of all causes.
That's it. Right.
We should always appreciate the creative energy of the Supreme Lord, beautiful nature, even though material and therefore temporary, is always full of the glories of the Creator. There is a class of philosophers who condemn the material creation as false. They say that Brahman is truth, but the creation is false. This is not good. The temporary creation is also a relative truth. It is, in fact, the temporary picture of the eternal creation. The forgetful soul has no information of the spiritual creation, known as the Sanatana Dharma. Right? Dharma. No, but it's Dharma.
Yeah, spell means
The Sanatana Dharma.
No. Yeah, Sanatana Dham is the right spiritual word.
Yeah. But the temporary creation gives an idea of this original creation. The devotee of the Lord, therefore, make the best use of the bad bargain by utilizing the temporary creation in the service of the Lord. Everything emanates as different energies from the Lord, and thus everything should be engaged for his service only. As soon as even temporary things are engaged in his service, they take on permanent values. The process of such engagement in the service of the Lord is what the says called Chikitsidam or well treated. If we have some kind of trouble in the stomach from drinking milk, the physician prescribed the same milk in the form of curd, which is nothing but treated milk. Treated milk. Similarly, the temporary creation of the material world is undoubtedly full of miseries. But when accepted in terms of this turn of its relation with the Supreme Lord, the whole thing becomes as well treated as the card. Very good. Everything accepted in full God consciousness has its spiritual value. And by grace of the Almighty, its material effects are diminished in terms of the increasing degree of spiritual consciousness. That is the process of cultivating the human spirit. Okay.
One theme, 29th theme, we will read on Wednesday. So here, you see what is the fully beautiful scenery after the rainy season was attractive, right? After rainy season, after rain, we see that Vibjya means Indradhanas. Seven colors in the sky. Rainbow, right? A fully beautiful scenery after the rainy season was attractive to the eyes of everyone, including Sri Krishna, the cause of all causes. So we should always appreciate the creative energy of the Supreme Lord. Creative energy means that can be material as well as spiritual also. Om Purnamadam Purnamidam. You are reading Ishopanishad, right? There is
Yeah.
one verse. Om
Yeah.
Purnamadam Purnamidam
Sloka.
Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate.
Hari Bol.
Every creation of Krishna is complete. Is complete.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Whether it's a spiritual world, material world, it's complete. Perfection. So how can we understand perfection? Seasons, right? Summer season, winter season, spring season. How sun setting, sun rising, sun setting, moon rising, moon setting. How rain falling. How these grains are growing. Everything is perfect, right?
Perfect.
full of the glories of the Creator. Because beautiful nature, even the material and therefore temporary, is always full of glories of the Creator. There is a class of philosophers who concern the material creation is a false. Some are, that's where Mayavadi philosophers, they won't understand. This is a false. It is a temporary, but it's real only. Temporary, but it's still real, na? See, because it's always there with Krishna. Right?
The Pratibimba.
Yes, same. They say that Brahman is true, but the creation is false. This is not good. That's where they're under incomplete understanding. The temporary creation is also the relative truth. It is, in fact, a temporary picture of the eternal creation. For the forgetful soul has no information of the spiritual creation, known as the Sanatana Dhamma. See, that's forgetfulness. The problem, only one problem, Mataji, Radhika Mataji, Apara Mataji. The problem is, what is the problem? Forgetfulness. We are forgetfulness of Krishna, that's it.
Krishna's
That's where
yes, everything is beautiful. We are the one makes a problem.
But the temporary, yes,
follow Krishna.
That's the thing. But the temporary creation gives an idea of this original creation. So this is a pervector, right? Mirror, Pratibimba. Yes. Original relationship with Krishna in the spiritual world. Sanatana Dhamma, Golak Vrindavana. The devotees of the Lord, therefore, make the best use of that bargain by utilizing the temporary creation in the service of Lord, right? Everything using for Krishna. In the material thing, Rishikena, Rishikesha, Sevanam Bhakti Richarya. Rishikena means our senses. Our senses, Rishikesha, Krishna. To using Krishna service. Not only our body, whatever we have in serving in Krishna service. Everything emanates as different energies from the Lord, and thus everything should be engaged for his service only. As soon as even temporary things are engaged in his service, they take on permanent value. The process of such engagement is a well treated, nicely given. The Chikitsitam. If we have some kind of trouble in the stomach from the drinking milk, the physician prescribes the same milk in the form of curd, right? If the same problem, say best example, right?
Ingredient is the milk.
Milk only, but in different form. That is a medicine, right? If some stomach disturbed, for example, motions, but curd is the solution, no? Buttermilk is going to help, right? But buttermilk come from where? Milk, no? From milk through yogurt to then buttermilk, right? That's the thing. The temporary creation of the material world is undoubtedly full of miseries, but when accepted in terms of its relation with Krishna, Supreme Lord, the whole thing becomes as well treated as the curd. Everything accepted in full good God consciousness as its spiritual value. And by the grace of the Almighty, its material effects are diminished in terms of the increasing degree of spiritual consciousness. That is a process of cultivating human spirit. That means Prabhupada says that, takes up the Krishna consciousness. That is the perfect use of this material creation, material world, as well as material body. Rishikena, Rishikesha, Sevanam Bhakti Richyate. That is the proper treatment, Chikitsitam. See, the statement, the process of such engagement in the service of the Lord is what the sages call Chikitsitam, well treated. If we have some kind of, that is the example again. So, what is the Chikitsitam? Well, what is the Chikitsitam? Chikitsitam means engaging our senses, engaging whatever we have in service of Krishna. That's it. That's done. We wrap up. Thank you so much, Mataji. Sapna Mataji, she was hearing more. Radhika Mata, thank you so much. Again, you can conclude. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavibhyo namo namah. Antarkoti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Proper translate book reading ki jai. Nitaya Gaur Hari Premanande. You can translate. Radhika Mataji, I'll give her number. You
Yeah,
can
yeah, sure, Prabhu.
she's
Sure,
gonna
Prabhuji.
wonderful personality.
Yeah.
Mataji,
Jai
Prabhu
Prakash.
is so humble, that's why she's saying all
She
the
was asking, few days that time I told her, Jayapata Kamaras here in Dallas.
Yes.
So I told her. So she said that I'm also aspiring. Please pray for me. Please pray for her. She
Yes.
sooner than later
Of course.
she get initiated by Guru Maharaj. No?
Very nice.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Done with me.
Apara Ekadasi
Yes.
to everyone.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Happy Ekadashi.
And her name is Apara Sachi Devi. That's okay.
Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Very good. Thank you so much, Dhanavad.